For a decade, Liverpool Football Club wasn't a business. It wasn't a sports team. It was a religion. Jurgen Klopp was the high priest, and his gospel was heavy metal football, a chaotic, heart-pounding symphony that relied on the sheer power of human emotion to defy the laws of physics. When he left, the football world waited for the collapse. They expected the walls of Anfield to crumble because you cannot replace a heartbeat with a hard drive. But look at the man in the dugout now. As we enter the twilight of 2025, the headlines are screaming crisis. The media points to a fifth-place scrap and a public fallout with the club's greatest modern icon, Mohamed Salah. They see the lack of passion and assume the machine is broken. They couldn't be more wrong. What we are witnessing isn't the death of Liverpool. It is a controlled demolition of a legacy to make room for a skyscraper. Arne Slot didn't come to Merseyside to give hugs. He came to build a machine so efficient that it doesn't need the Anfield roar to function. And if you look past the noise and into the data, you'll realize something terrifying. He's already doing the impossible. He's outperforming the greatest era in the club's modern history. There is a myth in football called the impossible job. It's what happens when you follow a legend. Sir Alex Ferguson left a vacuum that swallowed Manchester United whole. Arsene Wenger left a void that took Arsenal a decade to fill. The mistake every successor makes is trying to imitate the soul of the man who came before. Slot didn't even try. He treated Liverpool like a clinical audit. By late November 2025, Slot hit his 50th Premier League game. The critics were ready to pounce, claiming the new manager bounce had evaporated. But the numbers tell a different story. In Klopp's first 50 games, he secured 26 wins and 92 points. In Slot's first 50, 31 wins and 102 points. He is winning more, yet he is being judged by an unfair standard. Why? Because fans miss the 4-3 thrillers. They miss the heart attack football. Slot isn't interested in your adrenaline levels. He wants sustainability. He inherited a squad that was physically redlining under Klopp's intensity, a team that won on miracles. Slot has replaced miracles with math. Every evolution has a friction point. For Slot, that point arrived in November 2025. The relationship between the manager and the king of Anfield, Mohamed Salah, reached a public breaking point. After a humiliating loss to Nottingham Forest and a benching against Inter Milan, Salah's frustration boiled over. The rumors of a non-existent relationship weren't just gossip. They were a symptom of a new reality.
I think it's my first time in my career, but I'm very disappointed. I'm very, very disappointed, to be fair. I have done so much for this club. Everybody can see that during the years, and especially last season. Sitting on the bench, I don't know why.
In the Klopp era, this was a catastrophe. Klopp managed through love. He needed his stars to believe in him. Slot manages through logic. By benching the king, Slot wasn't just resting a player. He was executing a transition of power. He is preparing for 2026, a year where Salah likely departs for the Saudi Pro League. Instead of panic, Slot doubled down on his system. He is proving that at the new Liverpool, the structure is finally bigger than the individual. He is willing to sacrifice the king to save the kingdom. To understand why this is working, we have to look under the hood. In the summer of 2025, the club sanctioned a massive £416 million overhaul. This wasn't just buying players. This was deleting the Klopp DNA and installing the Slot OS. Slot is buying specific components for a geometric machine. Look at the sticks. You have Alisson Becker, the undisputed king and the primary playmaker from deep. Under Slot, Alisson takes more touches than ever, acting as a quarterback to lure the press in. But then, there's Georgi Mamardashvili, the £30 million Georgian giant. He isn't just a backup, he's a tactical alternative. At 6 feet 6 inches, he is the aerial guardian. Slot uses him against teams that rely on crosses and set pieces. The Alisson injury panic of previous years is gone. The machine has a spare part for every scenario. If you love the beautiful game, stick with us. Subscribe and see all our future football videos. The departure of Trent Alexander-Arnold to Real Madrid marked the end of an era. But look at the replacement, Jeremie Frimpong, the £60 million lightning bolt. He isn't a defender, He's an auxiliary winger. On the opposite side, Milos Kerkez provides the defensive bite. This allows Slot to shift into a temporary back three during build-up. The players are running 15% less than they did under Klopp, yet their defensive efficiency is at an all-time high. Why? Because they aren't chasing the ball, they are controlling the space. The most radical change is in the engine room. Ryan Gravenberch has been transformed. Under Klopp, he was a box-to-box runner. Under Slot, he is a midfield dictator. He doesn't run anymore, he governs. With an 88.9% passing accuracy, he is the reason Liverpool no longer lose the ball in the middle third. Then there is the crown jewel, Florian Wirtz. The £116 million arrival of Wirtz from Leverkusen was the moment the revolution became undeniable. Wirtz operates in the final third vacuum. He isn't a winger, and he isn't a striker. He's a ghost. He makes the impossible pass look like a mathematical certainty. He has eliminated the old cross and pray method, leading the league in goal-creating actions. The attack has faced tragedy and transformation. With the loss of Diogo Jota, Slot had to rebuild a strike force that shared the burden. Hugo Ekitike, the £79 million Frenchman, has become the false nine Darwin Núñez never could be. He links the play, allowing Wirtz and Szoboszlai to flood the box. And before his injury, the £125 million record signing Alexander Isak proved that Liverpool could now dominate the Big Six through sheer individual quality. This isn't just a squad, it's a collection of specialized components. From Federico Chiesa's super sub chaos to Cody Gakpo's inverted workhorse role on the left, every player has a manual. Why should the rest of the Premier League be terrified? Because Arne Slot is eliminating luck. Klopp's football was built on the idea that emotion could overcome a tactical deficit. Slot finds that unreliable. He wants to win because his players are in the right position 100% of the time. He is turning football into a game of chess where he starts with 2 extra queens. They dominate 60% possession, allow the fewest big chances in the league, and have the highest passing accuracy in the final third. Slot isn't trying to outrun you anymore. He is making the pitch so small that you have nowhere to hide. As we look toward 2026, the transition is almost complete. Slot has survived the media storms, the Salah drama, and a record-breaking injury list. This is no longer Klopp's team with a new coach. This is a different animal, a team that doesn't rely on Anfield magic to win, but on a tactical superiority that works in any stadium against any opponent. Phase 2 of the revolution is about one thing: silverware. Arne Slot didn't come to Liverpool to be a hero. He came to be a winner. He's taken 102 points from his first 50 games while rebuilding the most expensive squad in history. He isn't lucky. He's just better prepared than you are. So here is the question: is Slot building a dynasty that will finally surpass Jurgen Klopp? Or is he just building a very expensive machine that lacks the heart of Anfield? Comment Slotball if you're with the new era, or Chaos if you still miss the chaos. Subscribe for the next breakdown of the tactical revolution.